25, thanks for joining us here on the morning show. It's been almost 4 months now since Harvey hit southeast Texas, and this morning we're getting an update on the recovery progress there in Port Arthur, as well as what still needs to be done as we head into the new year. It's been a while since we've done some of these updates, but we do know that there are a lot of people, still in that recovery process, and we don't want to forget that. So Brandon Scott joining us live in Port Arthur this morning to kind of give us, I guess, a state of the city.
That's right, Jillian. I am here with Mayor Derrick Freeman in Port Arthur. We're here at City Hall, and I'm actually just glad that the mayor was kind enough to join us the day after Christmas. Mayor, how was your Christmas, and Merry Christmas to you?
Oh, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you also. It was awesome. It's anytime you get to get family in town and get together and eat, it's always a good time.
Right, and certainly, anytime we can kind of get away from, I guess, the mundane parts of the day-to-day operations, it's always a good thing.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what's going on with the city. We're 4 months out from Harvey, just about 4 months out from Harvey. Obviously, the city was devastated by what happened. We reported last week that you guys got a check from the governor to help you guys with some of the debris removal costs, which are pretty large for you guys.
Yeah.
Where are you guys in terms of just the recovery process, getting debris off of the streets, and also addressing the needs of the residents?
Well, it's been a long haul. Our first estimates had us at about 1.2 million cubic yards of debris that was going to be on the ground. So, and you estimate the biggest trucks we have can only hold about 100 cubic yards. So we're looking at thousands and thousands and thousands of trips that we have to make to the landfill and picking stuff up. Say we're about 600,000 cubic yards right now. We're on our third pass. By the time January 5th, as a matter of fact, if I could let all the citizens know that, please, we're doing one more pass. If we hit January 5th, bring your stuff out. If you haven't had a chance to muck out your house, bring it out there. January 5th, we'll still be doing it. But by January 5th, we've touched every house in the city of Port Arthur 3 times.
And I'm sure you're aware of some of the health concerns that citizens have raised about the debris, and obviously there have been other situations in the city that have raised some health concerns. How are you advising, or at least communicating with the citizens on what to do about potential health concerns and just where to go from there?
Well, we're trying to make the best out of a bad situation. There are going to be some things, of course, that when you put moldy stuff out in the front yard, there's health concerns. I had major health concerns, but the biggest concern was us getting all the stuff out of the people's yards, getting it into the landfill, and getting it out of people's eyesight. We're dealing right now with some secondary problems also. Some people are going through some depressive problems, some emotional problems, some financial things right now. So, we wanted to do everything we could within the purview of the city of Port Arthur, get all the trash out of the way, make sure we do our part, and then we can start working on those secondary problems.
Now, of course, we want to talk about the housing situation. We've got folks that are displaced still, either in hotels or out of town, or having to stay with relatives. Where are we in terms of getting housing assistance and getting at least people back into Port Arthur and trying to get lives back to normal?
Well, right now we've been seeing folks come back in. When the hurricane hit, it was at the beginning of the school year, and when people were displaced, obviously they didn't want to just keep their kids out for semesters at a time while we rebuilt. So as they were displaced in other cities, they put their kids in school, rightfully so. So after this semester, we're starting to see a lot of people come back because they placed them in their first semester. Now they're starting to come home. There are some people that are still displaced, don't have a place to come home. So we're working on that right now with the General Land Office, with the feds. I think they were supposed to pass about $80 billion last week, and it didn't happen. And inside of that package is the housing, the long-term recovery housing funds that we'll need here in Port Arthur to rebuild. So, if I could say anything, and folks on listening to the sound of my voice, echo my voice to our federal representatives, our congressmen, our senators, and let them know that we need this funding so we can start recovering the way we should be.
So obviously it is the holiday season, but there are still some challenges here in Port Arthur, and we are here at City Hall with Mayor Derrick Freeman.
All right, thank you, Brandon, and thank you, Mayor, for being there this morning. We'll check in with them a little bit later to talk more about, the progress that has been made and then where the need still is, as they were just talking about. We'll dive deeper into that coming up.